Hey there everyone, and welcome back to part 3 of the playthrough of Police Quest 1. So where we left off, we basically arrested a drunk driver, we booked them in the jail, we came back to the PD where the gremlin had struck and put a chicken on the sergeant's desk. After that we clocked out, went to the blue room, it was one of the officers' birthday parties, and then we had to come back in and do a double shift. So we're currently just sitting in the car, ready to go back out onto the streets. So, just before I drive away, let's just call this staring second shift. That'll do, close enough. Alright. So, we'll start our engine and we'll start the patrol. Now, this patrol is where things start to get interesting. So, we've since learned in the last shift briefing that another person has been murdered that was associated with a Cadillac, another light blue Cadillac. So it's appearing this light blue Cadillac is being driven by possibly someone with connections to the drug trafficking that's going on in the town, and so on and so forth. So we need to be on the lookout for this light blue Cadillac, and if we find it, we need to pull it over and see what's going on. So I believe this is a shift where we do come across it, and then we get into a bit of a chase. But until then, we just have to cruise around. So just recapping right back from part 1, we're just a veteran street cop just driving around. We've basically attended a few little things. We've gone to an accident, which turned out to be a drive-by shooting. We've pulled over a red light runner. We've pulled over a drunk driver. What else have we done? Oh, we've been asked to transfer to narcotics, so we've put a request in for that. So we're probably doing a bit of a career change soon. And in general, we're just collecting facts about what's going on in the town. So at this point, just like in the other ones, we're just kind of driving around, not aimlessly, but we're just patrolling the streets. And this will be the last time we really have to do it in the game, if I recall correctly, because from then on, we transfer to narcotics. And there we have a bit more direction as to where we need to be at any given time, because we're just investigating something or we're responding rather than just driving around, looking for trouble. So, dispatch relays 8332. Be advised, possible stolen vehicle reported in your vicinity. Now, this is unfortunate because we know it's a light blue Cadillac, and if you look on the sort of top right hand side of the screen, there are 2 light blue cars there. Well, cyan, I guess you'd call them. So, this doesn't usually happen because it's usually quite obvious which one it is. So, I'm going to have to save this. Vehicle is a light blue late model Cadillac, last seen near Jefferson High, possible drug involvement. Approach with caution, 10-4. So, let's save it. I'm going to go with it's the lighter. So, Matthew chasing stolen car. I'm going to go it's the lighter one. I know when you find it, they immediately start going fast. There he is. Okay, so it is the lighter blue one. Oh, man, I crashed out. That sucks. Let's try this again. Alright, so let's not crash out this time, if I can avoid it. So it's like before, we just have to pursue this guy as much as we can and then come in behind him when we can. So he's going to run the light. There we go. Noting your persistence and driving skill, the driver of the Cadillac pulls it over after his attempts to lose you fail. Now we are most certainly going to save this because this is tricky. So Matthew at stolen car. So we are going to park. Now remember, it said to use caution here. So the first thing we do is we use the radio. You nervously key your radio. Dispatch. This is 8332. Request backup code 3. Dispatch responds. Be advised, 8331 is responding. Code 3 to your location. So let's look at the license plate. The license plate is UL6942. You remember the partial plate seen by the witness to the Lonnie West murder was L964. You may have found your man. So I wasn't sure. I just used the radio again there just in case they were going to radio the plate details. But you do not get out your car. So I'm going to... Oh, handling your weapon while dangerous. Okay. So you do not want to get out the car until you have backup. Because if you do, the guy will literally just turn around and shoot you. So, Officer Jack Cobb arrives on the scene. Cobb radios dispatch. Dispatch, be advised, hold all radio traffic until code 4 confirmed. Okay, dispatch responds affirmative. 8332, this is 8331. Sonny, I'll cover you from passenger side of your patrol car while you make contact with the suspect. 8331 out. So we wait until this guy gets in position. So let's open the door. We'll get out. We'll load our gun. Raise weapon. Or raise gun. Draw gun. There we go. Okay. Now, I've already made a mistake. Your partner just punched that punk's ticket. But a little too late for you, pal. Remember, proper police procedure promotes police preservation. Oh, I got that all wrong, but yeah. So, what I did wrong there. I thought I had to walk a little bit further before I had to yell out, but you don't. You must do it from behind your car door. So, use radio. Oh, let's say, look, license plate. So we think it's our man. Use the radio. They're responding to our location. So like before, we're just going to wait for backup to roll up on us. So yeah, the mistake I made, I thought I had to approach the suspect's vehicle a little bit and then tell him to get out. But no, you must do it from behind the door of your police car. So Jack Cobb's on the scene. He's going to come in from the passenger side of our vehicle with his gun drawn. Then we're going to do the same thing. Draw. There we go. Okay, so from what I remember, let's just save it just in case. But I'm pretty sure I do remember this. Get out of car. Be careful, this dude's dangerous. Stop. Get on ground. Oh, raise hands. The suspect falters for a moment, then slowly raises his hands. He realizes he does not have a chance and follows your order. Get on ground. So wait till he's dead on the ground. Jack says, I've got him covered, Sonny. Go ahead and cuff him. So now we have to lower the gun. Put away gun. Cuff man. Now we have to search the man. This is super important. You search the suspect and find only pocket change, plus a loaded Smith & Wesson 45 caliber semi-automatic handgun. The suspect pipes up, honest officer, I only carry that for self-defense on the freeways. Quiet down, you order him. Hey Jack, you yell to your backup. How about booking this evidence? Okay, Jack replies. So let's do another search of the man, but I think that's it. So what we're going to do now is read the rights. I know your rights. To be safe, you read him your rights anyway. So we go through the Miranda rights again, which we've seen before. Then arrest man. Get up. Follow me. You order the suspect in your patrol car. He submits with a sarcastic all right expletives. Again, your partner's got you covered, which is the main thing. Open the door. We close the door. Good job, Sonny, says Jack. I'll call dispatch and put out a code 4. I'll close this door as well. Now let's use the radio. Okay, so Jack's still got to do that. Now with this one, we have a little bit more leeway in what we can do. So if we go look plates, now use the radio. No, I've still got the code 4 thing happening. So here's the trick. If we look door jam. Say the door jam of the suspect's vehicle is black instead of light blue. A closer examination of the door jam reveals the vehicle's VIN plate. A quick rub with your thumb uncovers its number, CO3456218. So that is the VIN number of the stolen black caddy from the very first briefing. So again, this is all coming together. Search car. You look at the floorboards, the seats, and even under the seats, but you find nothing. Then you remember the glove compartment. Now, the other thing, let's just quickly check before we go into that, is we'll open the trunk. So let's look at the trunk. You open the trunk and discover a clear plastic bag containing a white powdery substance resembling cocaine and another clear plastic bag containing a green leafy substance resembling marijuana. Look bag. As you start to examine the evidence, you hear Jack's voice behind you. Just leave that stuff in the trunk, Sonny. I'll impound it along with the car. So we don't need to worry about it at this point. But at least we know it's there, which is kind of handy. I don't think we can use the radio just yet. No, we can't. Okay. Look, glove, compartment. Open glove box. There we go. You observe a black notebook and 2 driver's licenses. So we have 1 driver's license, Marvin Hoffman, male 60, hair black, eyes blue, date of birth 6/2/56, from Chicago, Illinois. And we also have a Leroy Pearson, 5'10", hair black, eyes blue, date of birth pretty close, from Newport, California. It's pretty obvious that they're the same person. One's just got a mustache, and they've changed it by about 2 inches. So again, it's appearing like this guy's got fake IDs. Your partner will pound these items along with evidence in the car. So let's look book. So this is where it gets interesting. $2,000 Cole RG, set up HD gambling. Blackjack, initiate plan for dealer RO, meet JM and LW. So remember LW, Lonnie West? So that kind of makes sense. JM, we don't know yet. Cindy, $100. Ammo, meet NW Boss, 3 o'clock lunch with Robert G. Discipline some people. Likewise, terminate LW and JM. So LW is Lonnie West, and JM was, remember actually, if we go back, JM was Jose Martinez, actually. Remember from the last briefing, it said he was missing and found, I think. Sunday, poker with JB. Now JB, we don't know who that is yet, but that will be the person that basically is running the operation. Evaluation of drug saturation plan, cash profit, phone East Coast, meet the gutless wonder, initiate plan 3, and then we're back to the beginning. So we can see here the notebook has kind of what this guy's been up to. Now remember earlier on, we were tipped off by an unknown informant that there was a high stakes gambling game going on in Hotel Del Foria. So that is probably what HD stands for, Hotel Del Foria Gambling. So that's also linking back. Let's replace the book. You leave the suspect's black book undisturbed to be impounded with the car. Cool. Close glove box. Alright. So that leaves that there. Close the door. I don't know if we need to radio a tow truck. Oops. Yeah, that's alright. Our partner does that. So all that's left for us to do now is to basically take this guy to prison. Open door, get in, close door, and let's just do a save just in case I crash. Felony arrest. Alright, let's drive. So now back to the Lytton City Jail. If anything happens to my car, I'll have my lawyer on you so fast he'll... Keep it down back there, slime ball. Jack comes on the radio. Dispatch, this is 8331, converting code 4 on the felony stop. 1 in custody, 8332, proceeding to jail, requesting a tow truck to the location. Dispatch responds affirmative 8331, code 4, tow truck is en route. So that's a nice little felony stop in the books. I'm just going to use the siren mode because let's just speed this along. Even though technically we shouldn't. Oh, actually, hang on. Slow down a bit while I just do that. Oops. Not that button. Not that button. That button. There we go. So we'll just go belting along towards the jail. Then we'll slow down. Park. Open the old door, get out. Same as before. We're just going to put our gun in the safety locker. Okay, close the door. Get out. I think we just got to give him space. There we go. Get up those stairs, dog meat. The world would be a lot better off without cops like you. Yeah, this dude he's nasty. You're going to find out it was a big waste of your time and mine. The thing with this guy is he's really nasty and he has a very good lawyer. So this comes back later in the game because he tries to get granted bail. The jailer greets you with a friendly, if you're selling tickets, I don't need any. My goodness gracious, says the jailer. Here stands Bonds again on behalf of the people. This is one bad dude, says the jailer. What are you booking him for, Sherlock? Now, this one I can never remember. Let's just put GTA. Let's just put drugs. Okay, drugs will do. Fill out the booking slip and give me his property. What's your name? The jailer asks the prisoner. The names are Marvin Hoffman, you scumbag, he responds. And that's all you're getting out of me. Deep down, you know this sleazebag is not the man he claims. You book him anyway as Marvin Hoffman, hoping his numerous felony charges will keep him in the slammer long enough for you to ascertain his true identity. You hand the jailer the booking slip and the suspect's property. Okay, Bonds, the jailer says. You can remove his cuffs and place Mr. So-called Hoffman into cell number 1. Let's remove the cuffs. Your penthouse awaits you, Hoffman. Alright. You little meter maids can't keep me in here, he shouts. Hoffman yells, I'll be out of this tank before you finish your coffee break. Unfortunately, he's not half wrong. Jack says, well, I see you got that slimeball pusher booked. The car's tucked away and all the evidence is booked. This is one clean bust, my boy. I received a call from dispatch on the way over here. Dooley wants to see you in his office when you are done. Since my shift is over, I'll see you back at the station. Cool. So I think Dooley wants to see us because I think our transfers come through at this point, which is good. So let's open the locker. Take the gun. Close the locker. And we'll wander back to our car and then back to the police station. Now, I probably should save it here. Call this one after booking jail. Right, let's get this thing, whoops. Get this thing flying along. Surprised the game doesn't penalise you for just using the lights like this without a valid reason. Penalises you for so many other things. Okay, open door, in, out, close door. We'll cruise on back into the old PD. Alright, so now that we've finished this, as I said, this should be our last shift as a patrolman. From now on, we should be going into the narcotics division, which changes things a little bit. So let's open the door, see what Dooley wants. Hello, Sonny. I have a memo here concerning you. Let me read it to you. As Sergeant Dooley starts to read, his eyes begin to sting and water profusely. Sergeant Dooley races for the bathroom, cursing the gremlin for spraying the memo with mace. On his way out, Dooley yells, "Read the memo yourself, Sonny, if you can." From the hallway comes uncontrolled laughter as Dooley declares, "When I find who the gremlin is, I'll swear I'll kill him." I think you've got to read it from behind the desk, because it says you can't read upside down. Read memo. Interdepartmental memo from Lieutenant James Morgan, Narcotics, re Officer Bonds. Officer Bonds' request for a temporary transfer to the Narcotics Department has been approved. Bonds is to report to my office ASAP in suitable street clothes. Perfect. So, let's go get changed. Again, this is where the procedural part comes in. We're going to have a shower because they think this is a shift change, which I guess it kind of is. But that's just the way she goes. Alright. Let's do a open locker. Take the towel. Close the locker. I think this is the last time I have to do this actually, because you're always in street clothes from this point. Use the shower. Turn it on. Off shower. Open locker. Take clothes. I think take the case still. Take the gun. Take the ammo. Close the locker. Alright, so now we're in plain clothes. Might just do a quick save. So we'll just call this one transferred to narcotics. Now, do we still have the radio? Let's have a look. Yes, we do. And we've got the patrol car keys. So let's replace the keys. So we're not going to be using the patrol car anymore. But we do need the radio. So this is narcotics office, just here. Lieutenant Morgan is waiting for you. You better get over there. Okay. So let's see what Lieutenant Morgan wants to say. Hello, Sonny. Please step over here to my desk. Lieutenant Morgan welcomes you to the Narcotics Division and explains the necessity of your new image. Sonny, I've decided to put you on the Hoffman case due to your involvement in the arrest. Your partner will be Detective Laura Watts. You can join Laura in her office now. Good luck on the case and welcome aboard, Sonny. Cool. So let's head next door and we'll see what Laura's got to say. Because I think there's something that's already come up, if I'm not mistaken. Welcome to Narcotics Division, Sonny, says Laura. I'm pleased you were selected for the position. Allow me to show you around. This filing cabinet contains all our active narcotics cases, including Hoffman's file. Walk this way. This keyboard contains keys to the unmarked cars that are assigned to the Narcotics Division. I've been meaning to update that clipboard hanging there. That clipboard's kind of useful a bit later. She doesn't tell you what it is though. By the way, our radio call number is 83 Nora 10. This will be your desk, Laura continues. Since you have your own desk now, your pigeonhole will be assigned to someone else. That's cool. We have a desk. Sonny, Laura says earnestly, I attended Hoffman's arraignment early this morning. He's been represented by some out-of-town hotshot lawyer. The jerk has convinced the Judge Palmer that Hoffman is who he says he is, and that's not the worst of it. Judge Palmer set Hoffman's bail at only $500,000. We've got to show cause to justify a no bail warrant. If Hoffman ever gets out on bail, we'll never see his ugly face again. Sonny, I have a meeting right now and I can't stay. Hoffman's your baby now and time is running out. I hope you can discover some information that will convince Judge Palmer to hold him without bail. Okay, so it's up to us to try and find out who this Hoffman guy actually is. Because the Hoffman is just an alias. Whereas if we can prove he's someone else, and we can prove he's dangerous, ooh, excuse me, then we can get a no bail warrant. Alright, so let's take Hoffman. Marvin Hoffman, alias Leroy Pearson. So again, that was found with the 2 IDs. Identifying marks, scars, tattoos, small flower above the left nipple. So we found that out from Marie when we talked to her in the bar as well. Last known address was in Chicago. And then charges suspicion of murder, narcotics possession, evading arrest, concealed weapon, and reckless driving. Expired licenses. And we have all of the arrest stuff here, including the drugs that were found in the thing. So, we've got the file. I hope that should be in our inventory. Yes, we do. So, let's look at the clipboard. So, on here we have a few like open stuff, like open cases. So again, there's something here about some Grand Theft Auto for the Cadillac. We've sort of solved that one already. The Yamamama motorcycle. We have some burglaries. More burglaries. Be on the lookout for a dog. Then we have the FBI's most wanted list. Wanted for murder, 187 PC federal warrant. Jason Taselli, alias known to use the last names Harris and Hoffman. So, have a look at this guy. Again, it's a bit pixelated because it's an early game, but he looks a lot like the ID for Marvin Hoffman. So, it looks like Jason Taselli is Marvin Hoffman. So, he's wanted for the murder of a Colombian national suspected drug runner. And again, brown eyes, tattooed flower above the left nipple. So, take wanted list. Aha, tattoo of flower above left nipple. You take the FBI wanted poster knowing Judge Palmer will find it very interesting. Alright, so now we replace clipboard. And if I'm not mistaken, we now have wanted poster and the Hoffman file. Now let's see, let's just do a quick save. So this will be Matthew, no bail warrant. Alright, now I feel like there's an extra step we needed to do here, and I don't think it's 100% necessary. something to do with a computer. So if you go into this room here, there's an old school computer like the one we're playing on right now. So if we turn it on, let's just search for Tiselli. Okay, alias Marvin Hoffman. All right, so that's good. So that just shows you Hoffman's thing. I had this feeling. Okay. I had this feeling you had to do something with a computer like that, but maybe that was an alternative to looking at the clipboard. I also had this funny feeling you had to call the Chicago PD about this, so maybe let's try that. Let's take a seat at our desk. Alright. Look, tray. It's empty. Use phone. Let's call the old 411. You've reached directory assistance. Okay, well, maybe we don't. I had this feeling there was someone we have to call, but maybe it's later. So, let's head on down to the courthouse, and oh, whoops, we need some keys to a car. So let's cruise on back. Take keys. Not going very far without those. So yeah, so the idea of the next part is we're going to go to the courthouse, we're going to show the judge some evidence, basically saying we think that Hoffman is Tiselli. Hopefully he grants us a no bail warrant, in which case we deliver that to the jail and to the lawyer, and that way we are then in business. Now I don't think we need to do the walk around of this car, although I can't remember, so maybe let's just try it anyway. So we'll just kind of do the whole circle like we did before. If it doesn't say anything, then we're probably fine. Yep, so we did have to do it. So if we didn't, we would have got a flat tire. That would have been sad. Okay. Open door. Get in. Close door. Start engine. Now, like before, we're going to do a save at this point because we don't want to crash it. And the other annoying thing, again, we're not in the patrol car, so we can't do the classic let's use a siren, I don't think. We still have the F10 mode for going super fast, but I have a feeling it doesn't work for the traffic lights. Here we are at the court. Park it up. Open the door, get me out, close the door. One thing about these Sierra games is some people find it very monotonous having to type the same thing over and over again, but it's a wonderful typing tutor. It's pretty much how I learned to type at a young age. You can get to a very high speed when you get good at it. The old keyboards are a bit challenging though compared to the modern ones because the spacing's slightly different. Ask to see judge. Sorry, but it's in session. It's urgent. Please wait a moment, I'll send a message with the bailiff. So if you just barge on into there without speaking to the clerk, you get in a lot of trouble, and I think you get held in contempt of court and locked up or told to take a hike or something. So it's definitely important you follow procedure here in the courthouse because the judge is one serious dude. So in a second, here we go. The bailiff says Judge Palmer will see you if you can make it quick. Go into the courtroom. Open the door. Judge Palmer stripes the gavel. Silence. I'll consider Mr. Bond's request. You may approach the bench. Mr. Bonds, who or what is this warrant for? Let's see. Let's just do Hoffman. And what information do you have to substantiate the validity of the warrant? Give wanted poster. Give Hoffman file. You hand the evidence to the bailiff. So you've got the file that says about the tattoo. You've also got the wanted poster that says about the tattoo. They both also line up in terms of the height, everything. So your heart races as the Judge Palmer evaluates your evidence. You think to yourself, this punk cannot go free. Judge Palmer scans the items presented and questions. What makes you think the two men are the same person, Mr. Bonds? It's the tattoo. The bailiff and court reporters squirm and choke, trying to conceal their laughter while you quietly tell the judge your tale of tattoos and nipples. The judge attempts to stifle her giggles but fails. Judge Palmer whispers softly to you, well, Mr. Bonds, it appears your friend has had his tit caught in the ringer. Stifling her laughter, Judge Palmer says, congratulations, Mr. Bonds, your request is granted. Here is a no-bail warrant issued in the name of Jason Tiselli, alias Marvin Hoffman. Bailiff, deliver this to Mr. Bonds and escort him out. It's kind of funny, like they're in the middle of some random court case here. They've just kind of stopped to do this, but I don't know, maybe that's a real thing. I've never been in court before. Here you are, Mr. Bonds. I hope you're not too late. Tiselli's attorney's at the jail at this very moment attempting his release. So we need to get to the jail ASAP. Alright, so we'll just head out of here. Then back into the car. Alright, so let's just head over to the jail. Not far to go. Oh, that's a classic. So if you type get out before you open the door, it assumes you want to like get out as in drive. Alright, so we still have to put our gun in the locker. Press button. Okay. Hey Sonny, come over here, says the jailer. I have something to tell you. The jailer seethes. I hope you know, Bonds, at this very moment, Hoffman's lawyer is in the front reception area bailing that worm out. Give no bail warrant. You hand the jailer no bail warrant just in time to keep Mr. Tiselli from returning to the streets. Oh man, this is great, Sonny, the jailer laughs. I hope you know this will slam the old boy's orifice shut. I'll be right back. This is going to blow his attorney's mind. So you can see he's still in the jail cell next door, so he hasn't been released yet. There's also the other dude kind of next to him who's still cruising around. Don't know what his deal is. Okay. Boy, that made my day, Sonny. You should have seen the guy. He started ranting and raving like a little kid who just had his lollipop taken away. Cool. So. Okay, so we don't use the radio at this point. That's a bad plan. Let's go back to the office. Now, just looking at the time, we're at 40 minutes yet again. This is a longer game. Just because there's a lot of sort of driving around and doing stuff. It's also just longer in general than the average AGI games back in the day. And it's actually quite a large file. The game itself came on more floppy disks than average. So, let's get in the car, close the door, and I think we're going to call that for what we'll be up to now, part 3. So we're going to definitely have to drag this one into 4 or even 5 parts. Again, this is a long one. Thank you for watching and being patient with it. It is a lot to get through with this game. I really hope you are enjoying it. Again, if you have any comments, questions, anything like that, please post them down below. I try and read them all, and I try and take it all on board. If you're enjoying this and you like the video, please give the video a like. It doesn't cost you a thing, and it really does help the channel to grow. Thanks again, and I'll catch you on the next one.